Welcome to Exito in Minutes. I'm here with
Alex Espinoza,
my co-host, and I'm Troy Blanchard. Thanks for joining us today. We're super excited. Exito in Minutes is all focused about how in minutes we can learn the best practices, valuable tips to help you achieve your full potential. We're inviting experts to come in, and they're going to share inspirational stories. Our main purpose is when you're concluding listening to these podcasts that you will be a better person and take some of those best practices, learn not just from us, but from our guests. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to Exito in Minutes. We're so glad you're here. I'm Troy Blanchard here with my co-host
Alex Espinoza,
and our guest
Carlos Vaca.
All right, let's go to the next one. Hopefully you're listening to our series of the 12 pillars of success. So now we're on pillar number 7.
That's right.
Let's hear about it.
Pillar number 7 is relationships. And it's not just, well, to my way of thinking, relationships talks about mostly your family or your wife, but we mean about everyone who you hang around with.
Tia, prima.
Everyone.
I'm sorry, I've read English. I mean, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, and also people you work with, your neighbors.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Everyone. So there's a famous saying by Jim Rohn. He says, you become the average of the 5 people you spend time with.
I love that.
So
I believe it. I think 10, but yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry, I don't mean to stop your flow.
I wanted your input. So.
No, well, when I started, I went to a university called Brigham Young University, and one of the first things they said is, you lose your job right now, give me a list of the 10 people you would call. And what's surprising is I couldn't list 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and think about it. It's a very personal thing. Hey, I just lost my job, right? And so when you think about those 10 people and the way they influence you, I probably got to about 6 or 7 that I would call. But then the next step they had us do is then you go to, okay, who are you surrounding yourself with? And we had a podcast about this once, is that let's say I want to be an engineer, then start hanging around engineers, right? I don't want to keep gossiping and complaining and standing in that line that we talked about of the door of complaints. I want to be more proactive and start hanging around people that are very proactive and engaged and aren't complaining. If I want to be a pilot, you better start making some friends of being pilots.
Exactly. And also very important here, like your friends, like if you want to grow, make sure the people that you hang around with have the same mindset. They're growing, they're pulling you. They want to, you want to become like them, or they're pulling you to be better. They testing you with different things in life. And not to compare yourself with them, obviously, but because they're pulling you, because they want to see you succeed like they are doing it. And but also see who's pulling you back. That's a tough one, because a lot of people don't realize that it could be your own family. It could be your own cousin, I don't know, brother, sister. And that's the most, when you realize these things, is really hard, because I know it's blood, right? But if they're pulling you back, then you have to make changes on the way you interact with them. It doesn't have to maybe be every day. Maybe it could be just once a month now, because that affects you too, So, yeah.
And something that I've been thinking is like, probably you want to be with surrounded by the successful people. But sometimes it's really hard for us to understand that we are going to be surrounded by those who are exactly like we are.
Yeah.
Like
it's your default.
It's your default, and it's like it's the way, because when you start interacting with someone who's like you, you're gonna feel comfortable about it. It's like, hey, he laughs and he jokes, and I do the same, but he always complaining, and I don't like that. So you will be surrounded by the kind of person you are right now. So start to considering who you are and the things that you need to start thinking about developing or changing, maybe. To be able to be surrounded by those who are actually the kind of people you wanna be someday. So
exactly,
something to think about.
Love it. Okay, let's go to the next pillar, number 8.
Yes, is learning. So here is very important. Everyone, you go university, learning from there, it gives you a career, but our actual self-education will give you freedom. So I will recommend for you guys to stay curious, stay relevant, and never stop learning, because if you stop learning, you will stop growing.
I think there's a perception, it depends on what culture you're in, that you need to go get a degree with a title. And I agree that a degree is incredibly important if it's within your reach. There's programs like Pathway that can help you get there. If you want to know more about that, information below. But where I come at this perspective is there's so much, you mentioned this in the last podcast, there's so much on social media now. It's funny because if you want to know what a person's like, open their Instagram and what's feeding them. Right. And I remember opening my Instagram and one time this person was looking over and it's like the Tony Robbins, right? It's like everybody in that whole realm of influencers and then it's business and KPIs and it just keeps feeding you the same stuff. Right. So look at what's feeding you. And I come back to saying it should be feeding you with a continuous improvement mindset. A continuous improvement mindset is every day I'm a little bit better than yesterday. Right. And if we could just get to that continuous improvement and you don't necessarily, circling back to how I started, was necessarily need a piece of paper. One of the people I incredibly respect, he did not go get a 4-year degree, but he listens to 30 books a year or something. Wow. It's just he's read over 1,000 books. 1 year, 2 years ago, I was here in Ecuador. I remember following him and he was reading 1 book a week and he's self-educated and he's incredibly successful. And so the idea is there's so many ways to have continuous learning in your life.
And here, a tip here that I gave a few weeks ago on my Instagram was that you need to have 3 wins a day, all right? And one of those 3 wins is basically, mindset, body, and spiritual. So for mindset, I'll say read a book, hear a podcast, whatever works for you, audiobooks, whatever. Learn something new, And for that was mindset. So body, go gym, move. And even gym, you can
even
walk
stay home gym.
Walk around the neighborhood like half an hour. Do your how you call them paces? No, pasos.
Yeah,
steps. Sorry, I forgot the word. Steps and the last one is spiritual. Meditate or pray, whatever connects you. Then if you do those 3 wins daily, you're gonna be winning in life.
Love
definitely.
it. Excellent. All right, last one. Let's hear pillar number 9. It's not the last pillar. We got one more podcast after this. But pillar number 9.
So pillar number 9 is discipline. So this is the practice of keeping promises to yourself even when no one is watching. So it's very important to continue doing what you have to be doing. You need to be doing even when no one's watching. So, keeping those promises to yourself builds your confidence at the same time, builds your self-love too, because you're keeping the words to yourself. And also you will build that discipline that you need in life to be successful. Yeah.
I think discipline's hard.
It is.
I think it's easy for us to talk about. And if you think in your life, what would improve your life? Like we talked about in the other pillars, write it down, measure it, whether that's daily or weekly, right? Gratitude journal. I need to write 3 things every night. That's what I'm grateful for from today. Right. And you're measuring at the end of the week, you take toll. Right. And then you come back and say, okay, now I'm living more of a disciplined life and increase step by step. It doesn't have to be massive steps. But I do have to say that when I have an accountability partner, I go to the gym way more when somebody's going to meet me there. Right. So sometimes on your discipline, if you manifest it to the world, it may like, hey, I'm going to do, remember what I said, I'm going to do 50 air squats a day. And Daphne's like, I'm going to do 50 a day. We're on vacation. We're like sending videos, like on vacation, doing our 50 air squats a day to the team. And the point is I had an accountability partner. So sometimes when nobody's watching, it's great to do, but if you're not going to do it, then find an accountability partner. I remember one time my brother called me and said, will you be my accountability partner in this? And I was like, whoa, I'd never thought of that. So look for accountability partner to help you stay disciplined.
I love that. That's really helpful. Another thing that I wanted to mention on discipline was that even though sometimes you do let yourself down, I don't want you to break because a lot of people will, I went gym for like a week, but then I didn't go Monday, Tuesday. And then it's like, oh, you know what?
Forget it. I'll start next month.
Exactly. I'll just, leave it like that, because you feel down. And then that's when your mindset comes in. So that's when you need to remember that if, like you said it just in the previous pillar, be better 1% better every day. So if you didn't do it yesterday, it's okay. Reset and start again from today. Just, keep going. The worst thing you can do is stop.
Yeah. Thank you, Carlos. And thanks for joining us. We've got another series, one more step for the 12. So join us on the next one. Thanks for being here, guys, and have a great day.
See ya.